In today's episode, I'll show you an easy recipe for making some beef pilau at home. I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy. First things first, I'll show you how to attain that perfect color, and we are not going to be using any soy sauce. You just need to exercise some patience. I'll show you the trick, and I hope you're going to learn something new. I'm also going to be pairing my pilau with some kachumbari or salsa, so stick around and also see how I get to go about it. In today's episode, I'm going to be using a jiko. Stick with me as we prepare this Kenyan cuisine, and I'm pretty sure you're going to love it. And without further ado, let's get started. We'll start off by preparing our beef. And before the health officers start coming at me, let me explain why my beef is pale. I was doing it in cold water, that's why the top part is pale, but the inside is quite okay. I'm going to start off by dicing it into bite-sized pieces, then I'm going to grate some ginger, then I'll add some salt and water, then I'm going to boil it till it's tender, just how I like it. In the meantime, as our beef is getting ready, let's prepare our other ingredients. I'll start by washing and soaking my rice, and I'm going to soak it for roughly about an hour or so. Then I'm going to chop my onions. The main purpose of soaking the rice is to elongate the grains. I'm using basmati long grain rice, and to activate the longness in the grains, you need to soak it so that it can absorb more water. Also, remember that since we are soaking our rice, when it comes to measuring our water while preparing the rice, we are going to reduce the quantity of water slightly. So the secret to having a good pilau is in the onions. I'm going to be chopping about 2.5 onions, but you can also use more or use less depending on the amount of pilau that you're going to be making. I'm also going to grate some ginger and some garlic. So let's get started on the cooking part. And as earlier mentioned, I'm going to be using a jiko or charcoal to cook today's meal. I'll start off by adding a generous amount of cooking oil in my pot, and generous is relative. You can add more or you can slightly reduce. Then once my cooking oil is nice and hot, I'll go in with my onions. The secret to that brown pilau is from the onions and not anything else. We are going to start off by cooking our onions till they achieve that beautiful brown color. This will take a while. If you're using a gas cooker, this may take anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes, but since a jiko cooks slower than gas, mine took roughly between 20 to 25 minutes. Also, in the meantime, remember our rice is still soaking. There is that sweet brown color that you're looking for, and make sure you do not burn your onions, so you'll definitely want to keep an eye on them, turning them frequently so that they do not start burning. And I'll be back once we are almost there. As you can see, Some onions have started browning, and this is what you want. So it's at this point that I'll introduce my whole spices. I'm going to add in my whole pilau mix. Let that toast in the oil so that it can release its aroma. Then I'm also going to add in my ginger paste as I continue stirring so that the onions do not burn. Then I'll be back to add in my next set of ingredients. We are almost there, and this is the perfect time to introduce our beef. I'll add in my boiled beef, then I'll also add in my garlic paste at this point. I'll stir this for a couple of seconds, then I'm going to cover it for a couple of minutes so that all the onions can achieve that beautiful brown color that we want. After covering this for a couple of minutes, you can see that all our onions have that beautiful brown color that we are looking for, and none of them has burned. So it's at this point that I'll introduce my powdered spice, and that is some homemade pilau masala that I showed you how to make in a previous episode. You can check that out. I'm going to link it in the description box. I'm going to let my pilau masala toast in the oil as the meat also absorbs the flavor. Then I'll be back to let you in on a secret that I wish I knew earlier, and this is where the magic happens. At this point, everyone in the neighborhood knows that you're cooking some pilau, and it's time to let you in on that secret. So, as you can feel while you are stirring, the texture is a little bit coarse, but I want us to make this soft. This will enhance the color more once everything blends in, and we're going to make it softer by introducing some liquid. You can either use some broth or some water. In my case, I have some leftover broth that I'm going to be adding in. Once you add in your broth, stir that for a couple of seconds, then cover it for a couple of minutes. About 2 to 3 minutes should be okay, and once you uncover, you should have a very beautiful paste going on. And just like that, without using any other foreign ingredients, we have our brown base for our pilau rice. And at this point, I'm pretty sure I deserve your subscription if you're yet to subscribe. And as promised, once you uncover, you're going to have a very colorful paste going on. This is the perfect base for our pilau rice, and at this point, we are going to introduce our rice. I'll stir that for a couple of seconds, then I'll go in with my washed and soaked rice. My rice at this point has been soaking for about 1.5 hours, so it's very fragile and it has also elongated in size. I'm going to handle it very careful, and I'll start by draining the water, then I'm going to put it in my pot, then stir gently, then go in with some salt and water. As usual, you always know that the ratio while cooking rice is 1:2, but in today's episode, I'm going to be using 1:1.5 because my rice has already soaked enough water. And just to mention, I also found out the perfect ratio for meat is to rice, and that's the ratio of 1:1. This means that if I'm cooking 1 kg of rice, I'm going to add in 1 kg of beef, and this is before the beef has been boiled. So in today's episode, I used 335 grams of beef that was weighed right before I started dicing it, and I also used 335 grams of unwashed rice. As I always mention, pilau is not just a mixture of rice and beef. You have to find the perfect balance, and this is what I found to be the perfect balance. This is because when you boil the beef, it will reduce in size, and while you boil the rice, it's going to increase in size. So we are going to have the perfect combination, and the perfect ratio of rice is to meat, because I believe that not every spoon of pilau should have meat. And you can already see that you have the beautiful color that we always want in our pilau. And at this point, I'm going to cover it and I'll be back once all the water is almost absorbed. In the meantime, let's prepare our kachumbari, and this is quite an easy one. I have my layer of tomatoes at the bottom, followed by a layer of onions. For the onions, I've already pre-soaked them in some vinegar and salt to get rid of the pungent aftertaste. Then I have a layer of coriander. I'm going to sprinkle some salt, and since I do not have the fresh pepper, I'm going to add in some black pepper. I'll give this a quick mix, then put it in a bowl, then put it in the fridge so that it can chill by the time my pilau is getting ready. I'm loving the look of things here. I'm going to give this a quick and gentle mix. I'll get some charcoal from the bottom side and place it on my lid. This is going to give it the oven effect and ensures that our rice bakes evenly. I'm going to let this bake for about 10 minutes and our dish should be ready at this point. Finally, our pilau is ready, and you can see mchele ni moja moja and it looks very tasty. I'm going to set it aside, but I'm going to leave the lid with the charcoal for about 10 or so minutes so that it can continue baking, and this is ready to be served and enjoyed. I'm going to be serving this along with some kachumbari and an avocado. You can also serve this with a banana. It goes really well. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and I hope you learned something new. I take this opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and a fruitful 2026. That's it for today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe if you haven't. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Try out this recipe and let me know how you find it. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.